Hi, my name is Enda and my pronouns are they, them. I am nervous. I have been wanting to start a YouTube channel for some time now. I am a knitwear designer. I crochet, I sew, I paint, I work as a tattoo artist and a painter. I live in the Bay Area of California on the west coast of the US. And I have 3 cats and a lot of yarn that I want to share. I want to share what I'm doing. I want to share what I'm looking at and what I have. I watch so many other people on here, and I feel like I have brought into my knitting community by watching everyone on here, and I just want to be a part of that sharing. I'm in a part of my life where I am really trying to open up more, be more vulnerable, be less shy, and I'm already a goofy person. It doesn't matter if I do it on the internet. So with that, I wanted to begin with a few projects that I have finished recently, maybe not a few of each of these things, but I want to show some things that I want to actually edit, rip back a little bit, and fix. Some yarn that I bought this weekend, and we'll just go from there. It is Sunday, July 16th, 2023. It is summertime and it is hot. I turned off my fan for recording this. Sorry, my kitten is coming over here. I turned off my fan because it was a little bit loud. I don't have AC, so all of my windows are open. With that, you might hear outside, you might hear cars, people, animals, alarms, sirens, everything. So bear that in mind. You might also see snippets of my cats running around. My older cats are laying on my couch next to me, but my little one is gonna be all over the place. I am drinking a cup of guava juice and it's delicious. That's my little one, Ebba. Who's trying to eat some flowers, like cut flowers I have in a vase over there. And she knows I'm preoccupied. So to start with, it's okay. She's not doing anything bad. To start with, I have this vest. I made this with scraps, not scraps, but leftovers. I really wanted to use some of the yarn I already have and create a really simple pattern that I haven't published yet, but that is really beginner friendly, that can help eliminate some of maybe stash yarns that you have or leftovers from projects. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 colors. Almost the same amount of each one is used. There's just a little bit more of the border, but you could even use a different color for that and have 5. I decided to go with garter stitch hems. I'm not sure why, actually. I love a rib, but I was just getting tired of it, and I really love it. It's not something I ever would have considered prior. It is knit in the round. I have the beginning of the round on the faux seam because it is striped, and the increases are also over there. I am making another one holding 2 fingering weight yarns together to meet the same gauge. I think that's what I'm waiting for to complete before I publish it. I'm considering publishing it as a free pattern. Vests are really, really popular right now, and the knitting pattern realm is saturated with them. And I just want to help get rid of our stash. I'm not trying to make a huge buck off of this, but this is one of my first knits that I actually wear a lot. I have slowed down on wearing it so much because it is really warm now, but I can't wait to get back to it. I am gonna pull out the other version holding the two fingering weights together right now, but it is in a plastic bag that's gonna make a bunch of noise, just so you know. I have had moth problems in my home a few times now where I'm not playing around. I have all of my yarn in plastic tubs, but my plastic tubs are getting a little too full, so they're not actually like closed all the way. I could probably shove my pinky through the lid into it. They're just stuffed. I have a lot of yarn, so I now have all of my yarn in freezer bags in those containers because I can't handle it. I can't handle the moths. So I'm grabbing that now. These are the two yarns I'm holding together. This is a self-striping sock yarn that I personally just didn't see myself making socks in. Excuse me. I design a lot of socks that are color work, and this would be honestly like a gift knit sock, and it would be beautiful. The colors, I love the colors. I'm just not gonna do that. I wouldn't consider myself a selfish knitter because knitting is something that I make with my hands, and it's not selfish for me to make myself things, but I'm not a huge gift knitter. I'm not knitting things and giving them away that much. This is just some leftover I had. And it's making this very beautiful, marled, groovy, all over stuff. And I love it. It's very, it reminds me of, kind of reminds me of like Light Bright, the kids toy. I don't even remember how to do it anymore. It reminds me of the Light Bright toy, and if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Because I am not doing stripes on this one, I don't have a bunch of ends to have to figure out where to place. So I don't know where my beginning of round is. It's definitely still on a side, and I have the increases going up. I do have it written out so that you can not have it fitted and have it straight down, and you can either use your bust measurement or your waist measurement or your hip measurement, depending on how long you want it to be and what is the widest, and using that widest measurement to base the whole garment on. And if you do want shaping, if you do want shaping, again, you can either go this way or this way, whatever works for your body. I love this garter edge. I don't think I'd put it on anything else, but I love it on this vest. So this has a bit of work to go. I got a little defeated the last time I saw moths in my yarn, and I had put everything in my freezer for a while and bought a big box of freezer bags, and I just put everything in there and was working on cotton projects for a little while because of the weather and because no moths are gonna come for me. I'm gonna put this back in the bag now. I did recently design an all-over texture sock with, it was self-published, but I worked with Fiberco, and they had sent me their Amble sock yarn, Amble Wandering Souls sock yarn, to design my pattern in, which is really nice of them. It was my first time ever working with a company, and that felt amazing. This is labeled as a conscious blend of washable merino wool, alpaca, and recycled nylon. I really love that it has recycled nylon in it. I love yarn that has alpaca in it. And yeah, I think you pronounce the color Helvellyn. It'll be mirrored, so not sure why I have decided to show this and impossible, but it's really beautiful. I don't know where to look, I'm sorry. I will show you the sock that I made. Because the yarn is called Amble, I decided to name the sock Ambleside. Cute. It has this basket stitch all over and this sloping diamond cable, a garter stitch heel. It seems like I'm really into garter stitch. I'm not. I like the garter stitch heels sometimes just because it's so stretchy, and I have found that some of the other heels that I make, perhaps they're just not tall enough for my heel, and I need to adjust that for myself. But this one just really slips over my heel really easily. The cable's only on one side. Oops. This is published on my Ravelry, but Fiberco also has created a kit. So on their website, you can buy the yarn and the pattern together. And until July 20th, 2023, you can get 10% off using the code Ambleside Sock 10, and I'll put it below. So just a few more days if you want it to get in on that. Even like, because I'm not trying to get you all to buy my pattern. That's wonderful if you are into it, but even if you just want to try this without the kit and just buying their yarn is really, it's just so soft. I love that the nylon is recycled. Sometimes I think about that when I'm designing socks, that, I don't know, I'm contributing to the nylon consumption. So that's really nice. I'm so sorry, I don't know where to look. I keep looking over here because I'm there. Here we go. I am not going to really do things in a very cohesive order. I just have a bunch of stuff all around me, and I'm going to talk about them. Earlier today, I wanted to do a little bit of sewing. I've been getting really into making bags, which I didn't even bring my most recent bag that I've sewed over here, but I can show it next time. but I wanted to make another one, and I don't actually enjoy sewing that much. That's not true, but I really enjoy quilting. So I've been making quilted bags. They're not actually quilted, like they don't have batting in them. I've just been making like quilt top fabric to make bags out of. So earlier I made this, and I know it is not perfect. That's not what I'm going for. I had fun making it. That's all that matters. This does something to my brain though. It's so off right there. After I made this though earlier, I was tired. It was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to do this anymore, which is often, but I'm pretty sure I'll come back to it. The last bag that I made, I had a plan and I knew what I wanted and I knew what I was making it for, and I didn't have a plan, but I began something and it'll turn into a bag. I think it'll be really cute. I think it'll be a great project bag too. I have started to knit and walk, and please don't be alarmed, like only stockinette or ribbing, and I'm not looking at it. I'm totally aware. Probably I'm actually feeling much more aware and present. Summer. When I knit and walk, I feel much more present and aware of life. But having a little bag that I can carry my project in is perfect. So I'm going to show you the back because it's not nice. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, you make things that you enjoy, you have fun doing it, it looks great. No one needs to see this. I'm gonna line the bag. No one will ever see that except for right here. That's fine. It is getting really warm. Okay. A while ago, I crocheted this Shruggy with, I don't know if that's what you call them. That's what I call them. I crocheted this Shruggy with yarn that I wasn't gonna use in like a striped or color work sweater. I had such little quantities of all of these colors, even though now when I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's a lot of this color. But I decided to make this. I've worn it a few times. It's fun. I like it. I don't like this. I don't like the bell sleeves. I don't know why I decided to wear it like that. So I am going to unravel the sleeves almost completely and do them again, decreasing and making them much more like a fitted sleeve, probably up to here. Start decreasing, making them a lot smaller. Also, when I did these couple of rounds, it really swooped out, and I mean, that's what I was going for, that's what I wanted, but now that I've worn it a few times, I don't want that. So I'm gonna edit that. A part of me wants to take it completely apart and use this yarn for something else, which is fine. That's life, right? Make something. I want these resources for something else. We'll see. It's just this color yarn. This one is so soft. It was like the most luxurious yarn I'd ever bought up to that date. And it has cashmere in it, and it's so soft, and I can only wear this sometimes. And I want to wear that yarn on my body all of the time. But we'll see. I made this from a video here on YouTube, and I'll try to put the creator's video down below. This was not self-drafted. I mean, in a way, but I followed somebody's instructions on how to do so. So yeah. Shruggy. I want to make some more Shruggies. I actually really want to make my body. I would like to make a knitted one that doesn't have a front piece, where it's just a panel in the back and 2 sleeves. I think that would be perfect, especially where I live, where the weather is always changing. It can be hot and then you go to a different part of town and it's freezing. So that would be really perfect. So there's this. Okay, over the weekend, it's still the weekend, I bought some yarn, as if I needed any. That Shruggy gets in my mouth a lot. And I didn't even have a plan, but I bought 2 of these. I went to a yarn store I'd never been before in San Francisco, and my partner and I went together. They bought some needles that they needed to start their very first sweater, which I'm very excited about, and I saw the Cascade 220 Sport, which is really affordable. It's $6.50, at least there, a skein, and so I bought 2. I have some, I bought it because I have some Cascade 220 Sport in like a very dark green, and I was trying to find colors that I could pair them together, because I have a little bit of a small quantity of that and a small quantity of this, put it together. But that's not what's gonna happen. Maybe, but earlier today I did a little swatch. I wanted to see what it would look like on large needles, so like a very loose gauge fabric. Where is my bind off and where's my beginning? I love this. This is what I was going for when I did the swatch, not when I bought the yarn. The yarn is intended to be used with something between a 3.75 and a 4mm set of needles, which is US 5/6. I don't use US sizes because it's just really confusing, and millimeters is pretty universal, but for here I'm trying to put them both. So for this I used for this swatch I used 8mm. It's perfect. I want to have like, I think I might even try larger needles. I want like a big open fabric. Oh. My cat's back at the flowers. I would like a really big open fabric for a loose fitting shirt that I can wear in the summer, even though this is 100% wool, right? 100% Peruvian Highland wool, which this would be fine. I just want it bigger maybe. So I might make another swatch, might just go for it. I don't know. We'll see. A different yarn store on Friday, I bought a sweater quantity in this color. This color is Clay. It's Deluxe Worsted from Universal Yarn. I like to hold a bunch of them up. I'm loving this. I've been really feeling this color. I just love smelling yarn too. Not sure what kind of sweater, but I went there with my partner who just recently learned how to knit and crochet, and they wanted to make their first sweater. They have a few things on the needles and oh gosh, and on crochet hooks, but they're starting a sweater, which I'm very proud of. It's very exciting. And because they were buying a sweater quantity, I needed to buy yarn. So I bought 5 of these. I'm only holding 3, but there are 5. I picked one up and I have not made a swatch yet because I don't know what I'm making. But I love it. I love this color. I think it's really beautiful. And that's that. Another color that I have been really into lately is this like really beautiful lavender. I'm designing a really simple 1x1 rib, stretchy, comfy sweater, cardigan. So knitting it flat. I figured I would knit it flat since it's knit in purl, and what's the difference? Like if I'm gonna do knit and purl in the round and then separate at the underarm and do it flat up here, it's the same. You're doing the same thing on both sides. I just thought it would be just as simple to do it flat. So that's what I'm doing. Just so you can kind of see. It's gonna be awesome. It'll always be much longer, but you can't see that part of my body. And it'll have a button band and it's really stretchy. So after it is washed and blocked, it'll be much more slouchy as well. This yarn is so dreamy. It is so soft. I feel like you can kind of tell, you can see the halo like along the edge on my face. It's dreamy. And it was given to me from a friend, which was so nice. It is, I have like a lot of Cascade yarn. It is Cascade Yarn Cloud 9. I know it's backwards, so I apologize. And I know it's 50% merino wool, 50% Angora. That's where that beautiful fluff comes from. And my friend didn't give me from their stash, but they were around someone that was getting rid of yarn or anyways, they came upon a bundle of this yarn, and they don't knit or crochet, and they thought of me, and now I get to make this. I'm very excited, and I've been working on this for about a week, so it'll probably take a little while to finish it. I don't work on anything monogamously. I have many projects going on, but I have been putting a lot of time into this, so we'll see. I timed how long one row takes. That's where I joined a new ball, and it takes 15 minutes per row, and there's 8 rows per inch, so it's gonna take me hours to get to the underarms. So I'm not rushing or thinking about that. It'll grow as it grows. At the same yarn store I bought this, I bought some cotton. I went to that yarn store initially. My partner wasn't even thinking about starting a sweater until we were in there. That's not why we even went. We went because the yarn store was having a sale and we wanted to see what was on sale. Nothing that we bought was on sale except for this. I bought 3 beautiful orange cotton yarn. I believe it's reclaimed, 100% reclaimed fiber. so it's not just cotton. It's 85% recycled cotton and 15% recycled polyester. And my dear best friend is having her very first child in September. And I thought that I would make something for Minnie, her, in this. And it was already really, really inexpensive. It was $3 a ball. I don't know what you call this. It's not a ball. I don't know if it's a hank. I don't know. It was $3 for each one of these, and it was 25% off. So it was very inexpensive to buy this, and I have no idea what I'm gonna make for her. If you have any ideas on what I could use this fiber for for a newborn, please let me know. I'm making the new baby a blanket already, which I'll show you. And I feel a little embarrassed on like why it looks like this. First of all, this is what I have left. I never use, that's not true. I hardly use acrylic yarn, but somebody had told me about these color changing. I had much more colors, and I'll show you later in a moment. Somebody had told me about these balls of yarn and how it's like just so fun to see the colors change, and it keeps you going. And it's machine washable. It's great for blankets, great for babies. And I was like, sold. My friend is having a baby, sold. So I'm making, it's pretty. I'm making just a square, crocheting a square. Why I'm not holding it up is because it's not, I've looked at my stitch work in the beginning, and I don't think I made any mistakes where I added too many stitches, and I've made so many squares before, but this blanket is not laying flat in a square. Why does it look like that? It kind of looks like a square there, but this, like, there's just this extra fabric. I don't know what is going on there, but the colors are really beautiful. And I have these left, so I'm almost done with this green right here. And then it'll go to that yellow, and there's like a little bit of orange like right in the middle, so that I think the end of the blanket will have this nice pretty orange border. But I'm really hoping that when I wash it and lay it out, I'm just gonna stretch it a lot to make it a square. It's like one of the most simplest things that you could crochet, and it looks like that. Regardless, I think my friend will be able to use it for her child. I just wanted it to be a square. So I'm already making this for the new baby, and I don't know what to make her in this. I don't know. I have not even sat down and looked at baby patterns though, so that's why I have no idea. But yeah, I just don't know. But we'll see. Baby is due soon in September, late September. So I need to finish this, and I need to get something on the needles with that. I would like to have both of them done before she's born. We'll see what happens. I want to have this done in August so I can send it for the baby shower, and how wonderful would it be if I could also send something in this too, but that's being a little, nothing wrong with it, but it's being a little optimistic because I'm working on a lot of things and I want to cast on new things. So, I don't know about that. Oops. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I have started this recording multiple times, so I have no idea if I've talked about spinning already. I have no idea if I've said what this is. It's just juice. It was hard to get this going. and I've had to really sit down with myself and talk about to myself that it doesn't matter how this video comes out. I just want to put it out there. I just want to share what I'm working on and what I am doing and what I'm thinking about, because I really enjoy watching other people's videos. And I'm not the best at video recording. I'm not going to be great at editing it. I'm using my cell phone. That's that. Okay. In here, this is my project bag, and it has like a DPN poking out of it. Is a pair of socks that I have been, there's DPNs poking out of it everywhere. A pair of socks that I've been designing. I made this bag, just like a really simple drawstring bag, out of a pair of pants that I didn't want anymore. This is a fun way to use it. Super simple. When I walk and knit, I like tie this onto the bag that I have on my shoulder, or onto I'm 30, so the waist, these like body bags are fanny packs. Oh my goodness, my phone is dying. But I tie it around that sometimes too, the body bags, and it just hangs around and it's great. I'm gonna show just like a sneak peek of the sock that I'm designing, because it will be something I publish that won't be free. And it's not like socks are groundbreaking, like new with new techniques or anything, but I do sometimes make my own colorwork motifs, colorwork charts. I don't know if they're motifs. And I did in this one, so I just want to put it in here, like at a point in time when the socks will be coming out soon. I am using these colors together. Pretty. I've been like really feeling the oranges, and I just recently kind of put some reddish orange in my hair, like I never would have thought. Here is the beautiful sock with these little butterflies. That's gonna be like I don't know what I'm talking about, the frame of the video when I put it on here. Anyways, here they are. Standard pair of colorwork socks. I have a random sock in this bag that I have designed previously, because I wanted to make sure I was making it the same length and measuring both. I just wanted it around. Before I get to the toe, I usually pull out a previous sock I've designed, and I can show that one off. I love this one. This is called, I named it the bird sock. I'm pretty sure I used, it's just like the end of this color poking through that was woven in. It's not falling apart. Pretty sure I used Cascade Heritage sock yarn, at least for this color, and then I think this one and this one were like mini balls that I got. I don't know what they were, but I love these colors together. I love this bird pattern. This is called the bird sock. I don't know what I think I'm doing. I named it the bird sock after I had changed my name to Enda, and Enda is I mean it's still used, but it's an old Irish name that means bird-like, free-spirited, and I changed my name when I was designing these, and I was like, wow, that's perfect. The bird sock for Enda. So yes, here's another sock that I made. This is on my Ravelry. I'll link. I feel like a walking billboard, but I do design knitwear, and I'll link my patterns below. That's fine, don't worry about that. So that is in here. I'm working on that simultaneously with this, and I'm gonna try to whip something up like this up soon, especially because I'm visiting Indiana in August to visit some family, and it's gonna be hot there. And this is like my only summer shirt, so I want to make something that I can wear there and feel like good in. So I have that stuff going on. I think I'm going to skip talking about spinning this time. I have too much to talk about, or have already talked about so much. And I didn't realize how draining it is on the voice and to talk so much. I can hear a lot of sirens outside, so I apologize if you can as well. Usually people talk about what they're wearing. This is nothing that I made, but it does kind of look like the ripple lace raglan, even though it's not a raglan, which I don't know who designed that. I don't know if James M. Watts designed it. I don't know if Jessie May designed it. I don't know if Park and Knit designed it. Sometimes I mix those three designers up because I believe they're friends, and I see them kind of together online a lot. So, but this is store-bought. I've had it since I was like 16 and it's made out of hemp. And I didn't know anything about knitting then. I just liked it, and I almost got rid of it a few years ago, and I didn't know what it was made out of. I didn't know how it was made. And then when I started knitting, I was like, wow, look at this beautiful thing I have. Now I love it. Lastly, I'm going to show off this really hot, it's too hot to be even thinking about this balaclava that I crocheted last winter. And this isn't something I designed. This is a well-known square. I made a bunch of them, put it together, and crocheted ribbing. Easy, easy peasy. The only reason why I am mentioning it is because I want to make some pillowcases for my couch. I have 3 cats, and this like bluish green color that appears to be my couch color is not. It's a cover from the orange couch that I once had that my cats destroyed. So I have 2 throw pillows that are orange that don't go with what is going on anymore, and I really want to make some pillowcases for them. So I'm thinking about making a really large spiral square, 2 of them, sandwich them together, put it over it, because I love this. I loved making it. I love looking at it. When I wear this, I feel very cool. So I think I'm gonna do that, and that's why I brought it out, to talk about it. So it's out there, and I will actually do it, which I hope is like a part of doing this, is creating incentive and I can't find the right word, but keeping track of what I say and what I do. So I think that's all I have for this time. I can't believe I just talked for almost 45 minutes. That feels unreal. I don't know what I just talked about, like nothing. I have like more things around me that I could have talked about. I don't know how frequently I'm going to do this. If it'll be weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, I don't know. I don't know if I mentioned that I tried to do this in 2020 anymore. I don't know what I've talked about in the last 45 minutes, but I did try to do this in 2020, and there was no way that I was in a space mentally to do so, and I deleted those videos. So if you had seen those and you're seeing this one, thank you. And if you're new, I hope this was somewhat enjoyable. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.